very good morning. We are back to make your Monday morning interesting. So we have with us a wonderful speaker today, Mr. Samir Modi, who is known for Color Bar and Modi Enterprises. Welcome to ET Retail Cafe by ET Retail.
Thank you.
So I want to understand how your journey in retail started.
Well, when I came back to business, that was in college. So I was in manufacturing of hot cigarette. From there, I went to the US to Philip Morris. And as a management trainee, I became brand manager for Marlboro, which is the biggest brand. So that was exciting. And when I came back, my father said, you can't join the family business because you'll make mistakes. His first comment to me was, you learned how to be a manager. Now you need to learn to be an entrepreneur. So that's where the journey started, that to do something different. And the family is always known for entrepreneurship. The family is known for creating something new. Was also known that if either you find the best in the world to tie up with, or you create the best in the world. And that was my grandfather's philosophy. And so that's what happened. I first got into cleaning products. So we had a cleaning product company in South India, a joint venture with SC Johnson. I made that national from just a South India-based company. I then launched Modi Care, a diet selling company, because I found that people all over the world were making good money.
Yeah.
In India, there was no chara nahi tha India mein to make money. You had a job, that's it. You had a dream, that's it. And if both fail, aap temple ke jaate, Bhagwan, meri suno. So, that's India. So I said, direct selling is something I want to do. And from there came about, my father said we used to have the still order that they want to come to India, look at a place. So I started looking. Finally, we didn't launch the India business with them. But then that brought me into the field of cosmetics. So cosmetics was something I said, I want to do a business that's hard, fragmented, difficult, which I don't know about, and has innovation.
Oh, nice.
My father said, you'll fail. He said, एक ही करो. Then he said, Modi Care or Color Bar, or I set up a 24-hour chain called 24/7. So for me, it's always been create something new. Competition, great. New, great. So we've been the first. Modi Care was the first in India, which is MLM. 27 was the first. Color Bar was the first prestige-based brand of India. So there's been many firsts that I've done. And there are many firsts that I've done in the tobacco side also in bringing innovation. I brought innovation with workers that when I was running it, I was the president of it. Hindi mein sign karte jo log hain, angutha, they unpad hai. So I taught the entire factory, good morning, good evening, how are you? I'm well, and to sign their name in English, because when they went to the bank, they had to sign their name in English.
Yeah.
So you didn't go as unpad. You went as a literate person. So many things, life has had a pocket full of things, but retail has been something that I just love. क्यों? Competition है. तो कहते हैं आ जाओ मैदान में, महाभारत हो रही है, आ जाओ मैदान में. So it's like, the more the competition, the better it is.
So can we say, being a third generation entrepreneur, you were inspired by what your generation, previous generations were doing? Or was it like a charm for retail that forced you to enter the industry?
Well, there are two parts to it. One, that my grandfather's philosophy of tying up with the best or becoming the best. Now that led to saying, where an Indian company can create a niche, where an Indian company creates something different. Because to set the business up, you have to do training as well, learn those businesses.
Yeah.
So that was one part. The second was I had great gurus. So my grandfather was my guru, my father was my guru, Richard Branson was my guru, and Steve Jobs was my guru. A guru is not something which a father taught me. You don't need to know him. I never met Richard Branson. I never met Steve Jobs. I did not understand my grandfather when he was alive, because I was 9 when he passed away. But you bring their learnings into you, so they become your gurus. So I think the 4 gurus of my life have been instrumental of where I am today.
So must be some values which you have learned from them and some businesses you have started from scratch. What are those 3 values that you picked from there and instilled in your own company employees and make sure that they follow this and led the brand to success?
Well, the biggest is the employees. You keep your employees happy, you'll be happy. If they are able to create, then you can create. And the biggest learning is hire people who are better than you.
Yeah.
Not people who are lower than you. Because if a company has to be grown, it has to be grown that way. Change is the only constant. That's another philosophy. The third is the whole concept of Miraki. That whatever you do in creating creativity, you bring a love and yourself in it. So, and the last is innovation. Don't stop to reinvent. Don't stop to go forward in development. So, jo bhi karo, it will change. Jo bhi karo, it will excel. And another thing that I learned after my father passed away was that you'll always be a trainee. The day you think you're a guru, the other day you're dead. So I used to tell my father that I'm 48 years old. You still treat me like a management trainee? I'm 49, you still treat me like a management trainee? And he passed away just before my 50th happened.
Okay.
But then I have now understood what he was trying to say. So I would say one of my greatest lessons that my father left was this. I wish I could have told him when he was alive that you have taught me this. So life has brought things when he was alive. Life has brought things today, unfortunately, when he's not alive. But for me, all these people are like they were here. My grandfather's stories, what my father's told me, are still live with me. My father's thing that I experienced are live with me. And others who experienced his stories, they have now something that I have imbibed. So it's कहते हैं ना, अगर सीख गए तो इम्पार्ट करो, सबको नॉलेज दो, तो डरना नहीं चाहिए किसी से.
So when you say you are not afraid of anything, you must have faced some challenges. What was the biggest challenge that changed your career entirely? And what did you learn from that?
My biggest challenge, biggest thing that happened in my life was that my father said to step down from Modi care. He said he wants to professionalize it. So you don't know how to run a business. You're only making 20% profit. तुम्हें 30% बनाना है जैसे Amway है. Fine. That was, I think, the turning point in my life. But suddenly, at an age of 35, I was jobless. I didn't have a company. And I didn't know where to go in life. क्या करेंगे? I mean, I started working when I was 19. I started working when I was 19. All of a sudden, after 16 years, you think. And again, your colleagues, friends, relatives who are businessmen, what do you tell them? आज क्या किया? आज सुबह चाय पी और पकौड़े खाए थे आज. What's the achievement? कि आज पकौड़े चाय ये डिसाइड किया कि पनीर के हैं या आलू के हैं. So that is the only achievement. I think that was my biggest learning, that when you crashed, then how do you face up? How do you grow? And how do you take adversity in your stride? Because not just a company.
Yeah.
It's everything. Emotional, physical, how you feel. You come to an office which had a few hundred people. Now you have 2. What do you say? काम क्या है? कुछ नहीं. Mr. Modi, आज क्या करेंगे? आज देखते हैं कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं. So that took me 2 years. But, like I said, I forgot to mention another great learning. When one door closes, another door opens. So for a door has to close for a door to open. And if I had not stepped down, then these 2 beautiful businesses, 24/7 and Color Bar, could not have been created. Me doing changes by coming back to Modi Care would not have happened. So at one time, I would say, my father was alive, he was wrong. And I can say, grateful to him that if we had not done this, then neither would have learnt, neither would have fallen down, neither would be कि गिर गए तो फिर उठना पड़ता है, and neither would have done कि ठीक है जिंदगी में nothing keeps constant, जिंदगी में पत्थर भी आएंगे और आसमान में के लिए प्लेन भी आएंगे, दोनों चीज आएंगे, take both.
So he trained you for the future that way.
He prepared me in his own way to get up from the lowest point of life. You have to hit your low to hit an high. Otherwise everything goes, अब आप चल रहे हैं, अब चल रहा है तो you won't think कि मैं कभी low होगा.
True.
This could not be lower. It was the lowest point in my life, and I wished at one point I was dead, because not only it's your work, it's your mind, it's what you feel within you, all is gone. So the lesson is, when you fall down, brush up and stand again. Like we said, nothing remains constant.
True that.
With every good time, a bad time will come.
Otherwise life will become monotonous.
ये ना कि अगर आप आज दुख नहीं होगा, तो how do you know the happiness?
Nobody can enjoy happiness.
No, what is happiness? How do you understand happiness? आप can you enjoy happiness? So you have felt sadness to say this is sadness, this is happiness. If there was no sadness, or there was only sadness, there was no happiness, there's nothing to compare.
True.
Right? That's life. So these have to happen, so life has to happen. And life में गिरना बहुत जरूरी है. It's not
nice learning.
It is a necessity. I'm saying if you don't fall down, you are a bad businessman.
So, Mr. Modi, you have been in the industry from such a long time. You must have seen the customer behavior changing. How have you seen the customer behavior has changed when you started your journey in retail versus now? And what steps have you taken to match those changing customer behavior?
I think the one change happened when television with multi-channels came, cable channel, and when the mobile phone came.
Yeah.
That and the internet. That changed for people. Because suddenly they had the world to see. You know, from telex to telegram to fax to email. I mean, today's generation, we said, oh, do a fax. What is fax? Right? So think that you had a day to react. Now you have to react in 1 second.
Yeah.
I can say mail nahi meri. I can say fax, what's the fax? आप कहते भेजा है, but today when you send an email, you can do read, right? So you know कि read हो गया, so life has changed from that. Then life changed again. So the world that took 100 years to change, changed overnight after COVID.
True.
There was no longer the same behavior. None. In every field. Earlier, if I charged you for delivery, you would say, oh my God, like, are you going to stop eating? I charge you for packing or the food. You say, this is normal. I've ordered the food. There should be no packaging.
True.
Waiter नहीं जरूरत है, so there should be no delivery charge also. Now consumer is okay to order a 80 rupee ice cream and pay 100 rupee delivery charge, he's okay. So that one thing that's changed. Today people are saying, I want to live for today, not for tomorrow. हमारा क्या था कि live for tomorrow but saving. New generation, what saving? Who knows कब live करना? Because all of us lost, unfortunately, people in the COVID.
Yes.
All of us faced, the whole world faced adversity.
Yes.
So can you imagine what it did to the whole world? The whole world exploded into a new world, and which wouldn't have been possible. So that has changed behaviors of individuals, of companies. Now what was internet sales didn't matter. Today internet has become very important.
Yeah.
Earlier you would not buy makeup or you would not buy food by not going to a restaurant. Now you don't know. You take a Zomato, Swiggy, आपने देखा, oh, I'm on Indian, these are the choices, rating star देखे, okay, I'll order.
So what changes have you brought into your businesses considering that consumer has changed a lot from that time to now?
We brought tech into our businesses, we brought AI into our businesses, and we're constantly changing based on consumer feedback.
Yeah.
Today, if I get saying a new product, people write, I wish I had this. So that's one this thing benchmark for us to launch. And it's everywhere. It's in Modi Care, It's in color bar and it was in 24/7. It's really product introductions. Second is that we've said, fine, you're okay to go to a store to buy. You're okay not to buy from a store. You're okay to buy on the net. We have introduced AI on our cosmetics. So now you can get a full virtual makeover, which is real.
Yeah.
Because ours adjust the light. So we adjust the camera in a certain manner that doesn't matter what camera you use. The light and other features, you have to say go to green of 3 elements from red so that you get the right picture. So we were tech in from that point of view.
So tech, when you're talking about, I'll say, what if technology takes your job someday? What will you do?
It's already taken my job. So
Really?
For many things. Like many things like today, if I use AI, you need to write a letter. Now it's coming to Chat GPT is coming to WhatsApp. The new Apple software coming in will take Chat GPT through the entire phone, all the apps.
Yeah.
Right? So in some ways, it's enhanced the productivity because you have to use, to get it, you have to use it.
Yeah.
Right? Human beings can never be taken away. But decisions that we make, like you look at the Amazon algorithm, right? It reads us what to recommend.
Yeah.
आप एक human को डालोगे तो errors हो जाएंगे because he'll take his mind. They've taken the mind away. They're saying, okay, upload a photograph, we'll send you a message, credit immediately. So tech has bought efficiencies. Chat GPT. I do now a lot of my designing.
Yeah.
I design myself. I give it to my people. This is a reference. Go to an ad agency. I'm not that good yet that I can give them a printable file. So that is one thing. Now, if my job, this job goes, some other job will come, right? आज tech है, ये तो नहीं है कि the changes had not happened through centuries, right?
Yes.
So since I started working in 1992, in the last 32 years, there have been many changes. Especially after COVID, there are even more changes.
Yes.
So I remember my first laptop was in 1989. My late brother-in-law bought me a Toshiba. And I was like, it was 80 MB. Oh my God. 80 MB का क्या होता है? उससे पहले I introduced computing in school, which I bought a Spectrum. So you write codes. And I was the first thing who created D2 Star Wars tune. Now 80 MB. Like, what is that? 80 MB. 80 MB so तो आपका एक song नहीं होगा. So changes happen. If you can write those changes, then, and you can't write them. At least, like you said, I've retired early. If AI takes my job, it's great. Then I can work from a beach. Because I don't have to have anybody, right? A pina colada, a nice sun in the Caribbean. Enjoy life. Because आपको AI को भी execute करने के लिए, you have to put that money in, right?
True.
So if I put AI in my entire life, everywhere, the only thing it can't do, that can also do. If I have to write a note to my children, I can just say, write a sweet note to my children. It should be fun or serious or funny or casual. It comes out. So वो भी effort नहीं करना. It's going to be great. I hope it comes soon. I want to retire soon.
That's nice. So I want to understand one more thing, but let's come back to your employees and the companies. So when you build your own team, what are the 3 qualities that you look into the employees before hiring them?
They're very stupid. They're very stupid quality. You need to have an eye contact. The person needs to smile. And then person should be genuine to come across genuinely, because you will hire the qualification के लिए तो आप 4-5 लोग हैं. This guy qualifies, this guy qualifies, this guy qualifies. So you have equal qualification people sitting for an interview, unless he's so good that there's nobody else. Yeah. I have people like that as well who are so good that others who are not. Say, I don't need to interview somebody else. I got my person. So eye contact is very, very important. Therefore, I can't do Zoom hiring.
Okay.
I'm looking to hire somebody from international. So I flew to Singapore, then I flew to London. I say I can't do a Zoom conversation, not possible. I smile, and the sincerity it comes with. Like I don't do written answers, but then everything is staged. I said, you ask me a question, I'm saying what I feel like, good, bad, right, wrong. And that should come with somebody you hire. Because he's already gone through the qualification, right?
True.
He can't change his eyes, he can't change his smile, and he can't change the tonality of his speak. वह बहुत लोग आते हैं जो रट्टा भर के आते हैं, you know, they written the moment you ask them a question, they say, I agree to what you're saying. Not the answer. I agree with what you're saying. Let me come back to you. But that was part of it's not part of the write-up, right? I interviewed somebody recently, and I asked a question. Person thinking for marketing head is very standard marketing head. The question was, I agree with you, Mr. Modi. I think that I'll join you, but I'll be your training. So I never hired, because I'm not looking for training, I'm looking for a boss, right? What will you bring on the table? You bring something that I don't have.
Yes.
So those are few things you may say that they're stupid, but those are, in my view, different to others. Therefore, I have a team that is motivated. I say it's not my company's. The company is bigger than me, because they'll outlive me. And the company, the people who are part of the company. I just think I'm an employee. I've got many bosses, which are the CEOs. And the next rung also under them think they're bosses. I know because they are bosses.
So when you say the next bosses, so I want to understand, how do you train when you pick the right choice for your company? How do you train them to be future CEOs?
I don't train anybody, except that I have my own strategy, my own thinking.
Yeah.
That has led me to come here.
Yeah.
Which has been very different to the families. When my father would say left, I would say right. He would say up, I would say down. But his left was also learning, and my right was also learning. So I have become better in that combination today, which I didn't realize when he was alive.
Yeah.
I guess if I told him when he's alive, it would be different. I only can teach people what I know.
Yeah.
I can only teach them what I bring. Rest they have to bring. And if they're able to bring the combination, they've learned.
Yes.
If they haven't, they'll fail. So in my view, everybody is a CEO. My peon is a CEO and my CEO is a CEO. Today I'm giving an example about my peon. I asked my secretary, package kahan hai? He sent it. She said, let me ask. Let me ask. I mean, who? Let me ask the peon. Fine. So ask the peon. Now, generally somebody will say, Bhaiya ji, yaad hai ya yaad nahi hai? Right? He told me, show me a picture. साहब की ये पिक्चर है जो इस आइटम की जो कुरियर आदमी लेकर गया. So you know, now he's a CEO because he's bought that entrepreneurship. So CEO is somebody who adds value in your life and does something different. So CEO doesn't have to be the top rung earner. I mean, for me, I know if I give something to this peon, it'll be executed. I know if I need him, he'll be there. For me, he's the CEO among the peons. So that's the difference when you ask, why do you hire and why do you fire? I never fired. So that was the loss. Now I'm thinking.
I never asked, why did you fire?
No, I'm answering. I didn't ask. You asked. When you asked me, how do you hire? Then you need to also ask me, how do you fire? Right? So both go hand in hand. So I never fire ही नहीं किया. Now that is negative. Because if you can't be in the top 90% of a company, then you have no reason to exist in a company. So that's my working hiring standard of CEOs.
So now when you build the team, you have everyone over here. Where do you see the brands Color Bar and Modi Enterprises from here, Modi Care, here from 5 years from now?
That's a question that I'm asked very often. Where do I see 5 years from now? My goal is it's not a yearly goal.
Yeah.
With my yearly goal, I failed. I wanted to be in the Fortune 500 at 50, and I wanted to retire at 50 plus 1 day. So I wanted to retire in December 16th because I've done 50. But that didn't happen. So, I mean, God was not. He said, अभी तो बच्चे और काम करना है, अभी तो 50 तो retire नहीं किया, 50 आने वाले हो, उसमें भी नहीं. So 5 years from now, or definitely not even 5 years from now, because my goal is, if I say 5 years, then I'm putting a limit.
Yeah.
My goal is to get to in the top companies of the world as soon as possible. Whether it takes 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. I have only one goal. Fortune 500. Set up a company that people use, like FedEx. And I want to be in top companies of the world. And I want to establish India for the world. Actually, India fashion mein, thanks to our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, that everyone saying India is the place to be. Indian. सारी good companies की CEOs Indian है world में. पर Indian product नहीं है जो आप कह सकते हो वहाँ hardly anything besides the Tatas who bought Jaguar extra. There's no Indian company that the world is saying, oh my God, ये company क्या है? So my goal is that. My goal is take India to the world. That's my 5-year goal, my 10-year goal, my 20-year goal, and my 25-year goal. Because I'll tell you why. You may say, I'm also being like others, living that way. No. Because then my children will join. So I will have to teach them. Like my father taught me. Right? So if I teach them these skills, so if I didn't reach anywhere, they would reach. Like today, my younger daughter, she is earning more than 5 times more than when I worked in the US with Philip Morris. After college, she's earning 5 times. No, yeah, 5 times more. And I got a job because I was their partner's son, a trainee. And she got her dad is nobody in that company she joined. Uski safarish bhi nahi kari hai maine. She's got a job on her own. So when she got the job, I said, oh my God. She's on a top design company in the US. And I said, you're earning a salary which is equivalent to a vice president of my company as a trainee, startup trainee. God be kind. God's being kind. And you don't know what's going to happen.
So can we say that the next generation is about to join the business soon?
No. The next generation is preparing themselves to become good. Because I have a very clear principle that even if they join the business, there will be management trainees. Like my father taught me, can't join the main business क्योंकि वहाँ mistakes नहीं कर सकते. Second, मैं चला रहा हूँ, तो तुम क्या चलाओगे? Third is कि if you come in this company as a manager or whatever, the other people can't work because the VP will also listen to you. He'll say, boss का लड़की है, मैं कैसे no कर सकता हूँ? So my question is to them, you're trained 2 years abroad, and then whenever you come back, today my younger daughter comes back, who's in the design company, she has to work in her own business, not mine. My elder daughter is trying to get into Bollywood. I told her, Jyoti, I said, just remember, even if you're 35, she's 29, as you come, even if you're 35, 38, 40, and you want to join me, remember, you'll have to spend 2 years learning how to be a manager. So I'm very clear with both my daughters, Jyoti and Vedika, no matter what you do, when you come, you have to learn to be an entrepreneur. But at the same time, 5, 10, 15, the reason I say it, like I said, companies are bigger than me.
Yeah.
So the companies will be bigger than them as well. So I can take it here. But by the time they come, AI will be like email. Do you ask email आया तो क्या होगा? Similarly, in AI, by the time they come, you're like, oh, AI तो normal है. ये गाड़ियाँ आसमान में उड़ रही हैं, hovercraft है, normal है. It's a progression. But I'm hoping that they will learn the skills and the vision and जो दिल में है to become the best of what they can become. Everyone can't become Fortune 500 or Global 10, top 10. I have a desire. I hope that I can pass that desire to them as well.
That's nice. So, Mr. Modi, before we wrap up this interview, I want to ask a last question from you. That where do you see the retail industry going 5 years from now?
I think the retail industry is going through a flux because there's a lot of PE money that's coming today. Let's talk about India.
Yeah.
A lot of PE money is come to, and so businesses have pumped money. But then today they have to perform. I mean, I recently was reading some of the cosmetic companies, they have a negative loss of 100 crores. Another one has 150 crores. That will change. So next few years, these companies have to perform. because all these companies are coming कि ऊपर क्या है, top line देखो, bottom line देखो ही नहीं. हम पुराने बनिया हैं, जहाँ my father made me read a balance sheet every day. And I left Modi because he said you don't know how to make money. He said 20% profit is not enough. Other international companies make 30%. तुम्हें करना ही नहीं आता धंधा. आज पर 20%. Like somebody came the other day to me that I want to sell. So I said, why? He said, no PE is willing to give me money. I said, they said, because you are negative. You're not negative, you're positive. How can you be positive? You should be negative, then you come to us. Then we say, yeah, हम बढ़ाएंगे. So, the retail industry, I will not take too much more time. The retail industry will change because the PE's money will dry up and they will need to perform. AI will come in technology will come in. Yeah. So, and consumer, massaging the consumer, that will become more important. Those are the services, one of the points that I think will change drastically.
So, Mr. Modi, before we wrap up, let's have a rapid fire. I'm going to throw questions at you and you have to quickly answer them without thinking.
Okay, you should send me the question and answers before. I will try, okay.
One retailer or retail brand that you admire a lot and why?
Apple, because they've created a system that even if they sell a broom, they'll be sold out. So anything Apple makes, line pehle khadi hoti hai. I mean, they sell a cleaning cloth, $100 that you get free from your spectacles.
Yeah.
Right? You pay those scratches, not there. So I think Apple is my example.
One book, maybe business book that you have read, and what have you learned from that?
Good to great. Because good should not be enough. The difference between good to great is 1 millimeter. And so you have to learn that to become great, and the other one is Art of War. So I think these two books have been changed a lot of my life.
Being an omnichannel entrepreneur, where do you shop from, online or offline?
Both. I'm a shopaholic. I mean, my children say, Dad, we're going to take your credit card away. So I shop everywhere. I don't care. And I like something, I first find it cheaper. If it's cheaper online, I'll buy it. If it's cheaper offline, I'll buy it. Baniya ho na? So I दुकान में जाता हूँ, वहाँ देखता हूँ भाई online सस्ता है. Okay, thank you very much जी. I liked it. So buy it on the net.
What if the consumers also check color bar के products कहाँ सस्ते मिल रहे हैं?
They are doing it already. Because मैंने कहा ना आपको कि P funding इतनी आ गई है, तो जो लोग रिटेल कर रहे हैं, मल्टी रिटेलर मार्केट प्लेस में, वो भी डिस्काउंट दे रहे हैं. अब मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि कैसे उसे रेस्ट करूँ, पर है रियलिटी.
So consumers know you that you are the face behind Color Bar, Modi Care, Modi Enterprises. I want to understand, what do you do in your free time?
Free time? What do you call free time? I have none, because I'm not an employee. On an entrepreneurial job is 24/7. So in my free time, I'm doing research. I say I'm a shopaholic. So being in this business, it's a great excuse, right? Sample hai. So I shop a lot. I listen to music. I cook.
Okay.
I spend time with friends and family, and I travel.
Okay. So my last question to you: any advice or maybe 3 qualities that you want to give to the upcoming entrepreneurs that they should imbibe to, run successful businesses like you?
1, an idea or any idea is not bad. You have an idea, go to the extent to execute it. 2, people, and hire people better than you. 3, don't be afraid. Jo dar gaya, samjho mar gaya.
On that note, we'll end this interview. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you today. I hope you also enjoyed the interaction the way I enjoyed it conversing with him. I'll see you again next week with a new speaker and a new retailer and a new story. Till then, bye-bye.